Gold Rush by Bailey, Josh, Colleen, and Caitlyn. The history of the Gold Rush. The California Gold Rush began on January 24, 1848, when gold was founded by James W. Marshall at Sutter's Mill in California. The first to hear the confirmed information of the gold rush were the people in Oregon, the Sandwich Islands, Hawaii, and Latin America, who were the first to start flocking to the state in the late 1848. All told, the news of the gold brought some 300,000 people to California from the rest of the United States and aboard. Of the 300,000, approximately half arrived by sea and half came from the east overland on the California Trail and the Gila River Trail. Just days after Marshall's discovery at Sutter's Mill, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo was signed, ending the Mexican-American War and leaving California in the hands of the United States. At the time, the population of the territory consisted of 6,500 Californios, people of Spanish or Mexican descent, 700 foreigners, primarily Americans, and 150,000 Native Americans, barely half the number that had been there when the Spanish settlers arrived in 1769. The 49ers. The gold seekers called the 49ers as a reference to 1849 often faced substantial hardships on the trip. While most of the newly arrived were Americans, the gold rush attracted tens of thousands from Latin America, Europe, Australia, and Asia. At first, the gold nuggets could be picked up off the ground. Later, the gold was recovered from streams and riverbeds using simple techniques such as panning. The discovery of gold nuggets in the Sacramento Valley in the early 1848 sparked the gold rush, arguably one of the most significant events to shape American history during the first half of the 19th century. As news spread of the discovery, thousands of prospective gold miners traveled by sea or overland to San Francisco and the surrounding area. By the end of 1849, the non-native population of the California territory was some 100,000 compared to the pre-1848 figure of less than 1,000. A total of $2 billion worth of precious metal was extracted from the area during the gold rush, which peaked in 1852. Did you know miners extracted more than 750,000 pounds of gold during the California Gold Rush? The gold rush undoubtedly sped up California's admission to the Union as the 31st state. In late 1849, California applied to enter the Union with a constitution preventing slavery, provoking a crisis in Congress between proponents of slavery and abolitionists. According to the Compromise of 1850, proposed by Kentucky Senator Henry Clay, California was allowed to enter as a free state, while the territories of the Utah and New Mexico were left open to decide the question for themselves. San Francisco had been a tiny settlement before the rush began. When residents learned about the discovery, it at first became a ghost town and abandoned ships and businesses, but then boomed as merchants and new people arrived. The population of San Francisco exploded from perhaps about 1,000 in 1848 to 25,000 full-time residents by 1850. Miners lived in tents, wood shanties, or deck cabins removed from abandoned ships. Wherever gold was discovered, hundreds of miners would collaborate to put up a camp and stake their claims. With names like Rough and Ready and Hangtown, each camp often had its own saloon and gambling house. The long-term effects. California's name became indelibly connected with the gold rush, and fast success in a new world became known as the California Dream. California was perceived as a place of new beginnings where great wealth could reward hardship and good luck. Historian H.W. Brands noted that in the years after the gold rush, the California Dream spread across the nation. The California Dream. The old American dream was the dream of the Puritans of Benjamin Franklin's Poor Richard, of men and women content to accumulate their modest fortunes a little at a time. Year by year by year, the new dream was the dream of instant wealth, won in a twinkling by adversity and good luck. This golden dream became the prominent part of the American psyche only after Sutter's Mill.